Today I'm doing my Project Pan update, and I actually do have some finished products this time. What I'm going to do is include a picture of my previous empties just so we can get it done quickly, because this is going to be long. Each month I add 5 new products to my collection of products that I'm trying to use up. Hopefully by the end I'll have 60 products done. It doesn't look like it's really going to be that, but we want to get as many as we can done. I do have some new empties this time that I'm happy about, so let's get into that first. The first thing is the Clio BB Water BB Cream, and it was just a smaller size that I got from a mini box. It was okay. It was a little bit dark for me, but because it was a BB cream and sheared out so much, it wasn't so bad. I probably would not try to get this again. The next thing I have is the Dr. Young Anti-Pore Pore Eraser Balm. And I have that completely cleared out. This is actually a really nice glass jar, so I might hold on to it to put some other stuff in. I did like this. It was one of those pore filler ones, but it was also really light and could be used over the entire face. And you could actually use quite a bit of it, which actually is why it's gone. I'm not sure if this was just a sample size or if it was the full size. To be honest, I feel like it might be expensive. However, if it wasn't that expensive, I probably would consider going out of my way to purchase this. Again, this is another Korean product, so I would have to order it somewhere. But if it was easy to order and it wasn't that expensive, I actually would consider getting this. Then finally, I have finished the MAC Prep and Prime Vibrancy Eye Primer. So I'm really happy about this. I've been working on this for probably 2 years now. I would get this again, but currently I got the e.l.f. Under Eye Primer, and thus far it's working just as well. So that's e.l.f. and pretty cheap, and this is MAC, so not so cheap. Then the last thing I have finished this time is the Ofra Lip Liner in Silk. It is down there. That's as much as I could get it sharpened. And I actually really liked this. I don't use lip liners a lot though, so I probably would only get this again after I'd finished all my other lip liners, which will be quite a while, so you never know. But I did like it, so if you do like lip liners, this one was a good one. And now I'll go through the other products that I'm working on. I am still working out of a bag because I don't have a table yet. Hopefully I will be able to get things set up this month. I'll have more time. But I also have lost the notebook that I had stuff written in still. I lost it last month and I still have not been able to find it. So if I remember something that I forgot while I'm here, I'll go grab it. If not, I'll insert a picture of it later. These are not going to be in their category orders, though I will include those categories right here because they're just in here. It'd be too much work to try to separate them out while I've got them in a bag. So let's get started on this. The first thing that I have is the MAC Tenderling Blush, and if you subscribe to my Instagram, which I'm really bad about updating, I had posted earlier that I had hit pan on it, so the pan is a little bit bigger than it was. Truthfully, this is probably about as good as I'm going to do for the year. I doubt I'd be able to finish this whole thing, but I will continue working on it to try to increase the pan size. I would love to eventually finish out this blush. And then I have the MAC Magically Cool Liquid Powder. I think that's called what it's called. Yeah, Magically Cool Liquid Powder in Honey Rose, and I'm still about halfway done. This is just going to take forever to use just as a face highlighter. Maybe if I haven't finished it and I still have it around, I'll use it as a body highlight next year in the summer, but that would be a little bit ridiculous now that it's getting sort of cooler. But as it's moving into the fall months and winter months, I think that would be a little ridiculous. And I really do kind of hate the idea of wasting it all into lotion. I did put some of it into lotion, but I do kind of hate the idea. So we'll see how it goes. I seriously doubt that I'll finish this year, but I'm not that concerned about getting it thrown out because it is a powder. Then I have the Etude House Zero Sebum powder, and I've actually been using this quite a bit. I am right there. I don't know how much I'll be using this over the winter just because my face gets dry during the winter, so I don't really need a drying powder in the winter, but we'll see. But yeah, I do like this. I'm not entirely sure, but I do actually go through powders pretty quickly, so I may actually be able to finish this. Then the other powder that I have is the UV Natural 100 Mineral Sun Kill powder, and I have actually gotten a good chunk of this used. I am right there now. And I had a good bit more at the beginning of the month, so I'm really hoping, especially seeing this tapers in, that I'll be able to finish this month, because this has actually been in my project since the beginning of the year. Not all of these products have been in here for an entire year, but this is one of the products that was my first picks for the year. So it's been hanging on, 9 months now? So I'd really love to finish this out this month so I can move on. And this is more of a, almost like a foundation powder. I don't know if it's quite a powder foundation, but it is colored, so it does give me some coverage. I'm sorry if you could hear that. One of my cats is very angry right now. But it does give me some coverage, so I have been using this quite a bit in place of foundation. Because the foundation-ish thing that I have in here, it's a CC cream, is this CC cushion from Mekyon. I guess that's what it's called. Mekyon? Oh, can you see that? Right there. And I just don't like it. It's, for one thing, it's a bad color for me. It's a little dark. I don't like the cushion thing. I find it a pain in the ass, basically, to use. And I don't like how it applies. I don't like how it sits, and I don't like how it wears through the day. I'll see myself in the mirror halfway through the workday, and I can see all the foundation or whatever, the CC cream, on my face, and I don't like it. So I've actually been just using concealer and then that foundation powder, and have been kind of skipping on this. I do need to use it, especially once that foundation powder runs out. It'll be not something I can do to probably go without it, because everything else I have is translucent. But yeah, I've just been kind of skipping the CC cream recently. Just don't like it that much. And I'm not sure if you can really tell the difference that I'm not actually wearing something. I'm not wearing it today. I'm just using the concealer and powder. So I don't know. Maybe I look awful without it. But it's enough to go to work. So yeah, I just have not been liking that CC cream every time that I tried it. But doing it that way without the CC cream and just relying on concealer and powder, I have gotten quite a bit further in the Harkini Glamouflage Light. This one is in Ultralight. So I am now right here on the darker side, and I can actually leave them fully rolled up now and still put the lid on. So I'm right there on the darker side. And I am right here on the lighter side. So I should definitely be able to finish this up, especially the darker side. I don't get much paler in the winter than I am just regularly, but I don't really have a problem using the lighter side all over my face either. And then this next one is pretty exciting because it wasn't one of the first products that I put in, but it's actually very early on still in the year. And that is the Tread Gently Tender Tone Lip Balm from MAC. And it's in one of these pots from MAC, and those take a while. So I am now right here on that. I've got just the bits around the edges. So I really feel like I can finish this out. This is actually today probably one of the only times this month that I have worn lip color. My lips were really dry. I got sick earlier in the month, so my lips were really dry. I pretty much stuck to lip balm, which is how this got so far down, and really didn't work on any of the other lip products. I do have another lip balm, and I'm not entirely sure how far it's gone down. I've just been kind of scared to roll it up because it is a little wobbly, and I almost broke it one time. So I have been working on that one as well, but it doesn't have as much progress as this one. And that one is the Neutrogena Revitalizing Lip Balm in Petal Glow. You'd think I'd remember these names after all this time. And let's see if I can roll it up and see where we are. So I am right there, and it seems like there is still a lot in here, but I do remember when I rolled it up originally, this was like the tallest lip balm I have ever seen in my life. So I take this one to work, so I apply it a couple times during the day. But if you saw my last video, I did say that you can over apply this and it stings a little bit. Not like painfully stings, but you can definitely feel it. So I don't just slap this on the way I would a different one. So this one's a little bit slower going, but I am working on it. It's what I take to work with me. Then I have the Candy Eyed Eyeshadow Helper from Lime Crime. And this is one of the ones that I really want to finish just because I've had it so long, and it will pretty much have to go at the end of the year. So I am right there. I scraped it over to the side, and I feel like with a different one, this would actually not take as much time, but this is sticky. This is really, really sticky, so it's hard to use a lot of it. It works better if I put a lighter layer on it than a thicker layer. So I'm just trying to use it as much as I can. I use it even under the, what are they called? I lost my words. The cream bases, that's it. So I do use it regardless of whatever cream base that I'm putting on. So hopefully I've got, 3 months left. Hopefully in those 3 months I should be able to finish this out. The other product that will have to go at the end of the year definitely is this Jabot Cream Blush in Natural Flush Light. And it is right here. I know that doesn't look like a lot of product, but it is a cream blush and it doesn't take much. The only thing I can do is use it every day and hopefully get it done. I don't know if there's any other possible use for this. I feel like it's a little bit too slippery to use on my eyes, and it's old, so I'm not entirely sure I would want to do that. But I'm just not sure what else to do with it to make it go faster than it's going, and I don't know that there actually is anything, so, I guess I'll just have to use it and just see how far I get. Then I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Pore Minimizing Primer, and this is just a sample size. And if I squeeze it, if I can get the air out of it, it's got a lot of air in it. So last time I squeezed it down when there wasn't air in it, I was about maybe right here. So about halfway down the tube, but I still have the whole like puffed up part right here. So I've got a little while on that. I just feel like I can't use a whole lot of this. I only use it right in here because I don't feel that it goes over so well all over my face. I haven't tried that in a while though, so I may try that. If I can use it all over my face, this would go pretty quickly. Then I have the M Highlight Contour Stick. I am using the highlight side. I always pick the wrong one. And I am right here. So I was really hoping to finish this month, but I'm only right there. However, I do feel like I can finish this next month. Hopefully I can finish it by mid-month so I can actually start on the other one. And this is the one that I haven't started on. This is the Monster Super Shock Cheek color from ColourPop. And it's about where it was when I started. So hopefully I can finish that M1 this month, hopefully by mid-month, so I can get working on this. Then I have the Benefit Watts Up. I still have a little bit of this lotion left. There's nothing in the container. But yeah, I'm considering it still here until I finish that lotion. And then I have this Kaylin Tinted Lip Balm. I think I added this in last time. And I had used it a few times prior to that. I've used it a little bit more now. This is not a deep jar. I mean, it looks a little bit more because these always magnify. But it's not a deep jar. However, when it says it's a tinted lip balm, I kind of want it to be a tinted lip balm. This is thick. It's actually really pigmented. And it doesn't really work like a lip balm at all. I don't find that it moisturizes at all like a lip balm. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of this. I don't think it should be called a tinted lip balm because it's kind of not. I'll continue working on it, but if I still have this around at the end of the year, this may be something I get rid of. And now we're down to the little products and stuff like that. So this got shaken up. This is the Benefit Moonbeam. And I am about, oh, I'm not even on thing. I am about like right here. It's hard to tell right now because it's been shaken up, but I am not quite half done, but I'm pretty close to this. So I'm just going to keep working on it. I have tried mixing it in with primer. I have mixed it in with a face lotion. There is some of it in a body lotion. So I'm just doing what I can with it. This also is fairly old and will likely go at the end of the year if I don't finish it. But I'm hoping I can get at least a good chunk done before that happens. I kind of feel like a broken record saying that everything is going to have to go at the end of the year, but that's kind of what this project was about. It's picking some old products that really needed to go. And not all of them are. Some of them are newer or just not, in danger of going bad. But, I did try to get some older products out. The next thing I have is the NYX Dark Circle Corrector. And this one is in light. And I am right there. I don't know if you can tell, but I popped a hole in that right there. And it's actually not very deep still. So I may be able to at least hit pan on this. And I think that will probably likely be the goal for this. Because I don't think I could finish that whole thing up in 3 months. The initial dip actually did happen very quickly. But since then, it's actually taken quite a while to get this far down. So I'm going to try to get the pan and get as much pan as I can, but I doubt I'll actually finish this product by the end of the year. And now for one of my worst products that I have in this thing, and that is the LA Colors Concealer. And this is actually supposed to be light. This is not light. And I thought actually that maybe I just picked one that had been mispackaged. But I was actually at the same place I bought this again, and the only difference between this one and the medium one is that I don't remember which one now, but one of them was slightly more reddish, but they were both the same, like, deepness. So I thought I would at least be able to use this under my eyes because it's one of those liquid concealers. No, it doesn't work that way. So I've been using the Hard Candy one on my face, and the place that I've been using this is right on my nose, just because my nose doesn't like heavy products. They tend to break down pretty easily. So I have been using this, but like basically only on my nose because it's no good for anything. The few times that I've tried to actually cover something with it, it doesn't do anything. It just like kind of smears around. So this is a terrible concealer. I do not recommend this at all. And I'm just going to use it until the end of the year and then toss it. Then I have the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and this is in taupe. And I said last time that I did pick this just because it was the wrong color. I do like it, but it's a little stiff. I feel like it doesn't always get product on there. And the product is not all that pigmented. Only that took quite a while to get that color right there. I'm not sure how much I have on this. I'm not sure if this can roll up all the way and then be rolled back down. So I haven't tried that, so I'm not sure how much I actually have on this, but I do have to move it up every 2 days or so that I use it. So hopefully these things never seem to have much. So hopefully this will be done soon. Let me know if that can roll up and then be rolled back down, because I will roll it up to see how much I have if I can roll it back down. But I was afraid I wouldn't be able to get it back down again. Then I have the Benefit Creaseless Cream Shadow in foiled. It's in a different packaging, but that is how much I have left, and it has dried out again, so I will definitely have to try to get that fixed. But it's not much left, and with it being dry, it's been really crumbly, and I've lost some pieces to that. So I'm going to try to get it to be more creamy this month, but we'll see how it goes. It's not unusable. It's just a little bit more difficult with it being so dry. Then I have the Bare Minerals 5-in-1 Cream Shadow, and this one you can't really tell where it is. I have not used it much, though I have used it a few times, because I'm mostly focusing on the Benefit one. I feel like I have a better chance of finishing that one if I focus more on that one than if I split time, because I feel like I won't finish this anyway, so I do want to finish at least one. Then I have the Tarte for True Blood Lip Surgence, and I'm right there. That is the tip, so it has kind of worn down a little bit, though I think this was about where it was last month. That's all the product. I just haven't used a lot of these lip products lately because my lips have been so dry, and most of these are drying. Like I have the lip stain, the matte lipstick, the lip liners, and then this, and like putting them all together, they tend to be a little bit drying. So yeah, I was just using lip balm this month, so I really didn't touch this more than a couple times. I did use this a few times. This is the Elizabeth and James Nirvana lip gloss in Nirvana Nude. It got shaken up a little bit, but I am maybe about right here. The thing about this is that not much product comes out on the wand. So it is more difficult to continue to apply. When you get it, it only pulls out like a tiny amount of product. So it just makes it more difficult to apply a good amount of it. So it hasn't really been that easy to use just as my like put on whenever kind of lip gloss. Then I have this Urban Decay Lip Junkie lip gloss. It does not have the color on it because the little sticker fell off, but it is a hot pink. And you'd think that this one right here with the little squeezy tube would be so much easier to just like, I'm sitting at home, let me put on a lot of it, all that. But this is so sticky. Like if I thought the lip gloss from MAC was sticky, this is like 1,000 times more sticky. And I really just don't like that at all. So it's, if I hold it up to the light, that's maybe about there. So I've got a good bit of that left. It is a small package, so I may be able to work through it if I really, really try, but I really don't like how sticky it is. Then I have the Peri Pear lip tint, and it is right there, and that's about where it was last month because I just did not use it that much. I do have it on today on top of the Lip Surgence. But other than that, I think I've used it twice. Same goes for my NARS lipstick. I am right there, and that's about where I was last month as well. And now for my pencils, and that will be it before I add in my new products. The first one is the NYX Wonder Pencil. I am right there. Because I was only using lip balm, I didn't really have a need for this, and I rarely used it. I did try to use the Flower Cherry Red a few times at the beginning of the month. Ooh. Apparently it has a sharpener that I didn't know about. But, ooh. I am right there, but this is actually pretty drying now. I think it just dried out some because I don't remember it being that way, but it was pretty drying when I used it more recently, so I just didn't get a chance to use it much. I was really hoping to focus on that and try to get it done, but I just couldn't wear all the other stuff. The problem with wearing that is that I tried a few times to wear it to work at the beginning of the month. And before I even got out of my car, I could see that it was smearing. Even with the Wonder Pencil cleaning up around the edges, I felt like it was smearing. And it didn't feel like something I could wear all day without getting it all over my face. I didn't even touch this Bella Pierre one as the same as it's been since I put it in. I did finish that offer one, so I can start working on this one now when I want the nude lip liner. And then I have Urban Decay Stash. It's right here. I think this will actually go pretty quickly now. Every time I try to sharpen it, it starts breaking off because it's really dry. So this might be my focus for this next month after I finish the black one, because I think I can get this down pretty quickly, seeing it keeps breaking. Then I have MAC's Teddy. I have used this a couple times, but not a lot. I really have been focusing on my black one, the Urban Decay Zero Whiskey Liner Duo. I had finished Whiskey a little while ago, and so I wanted to finish out Zero. This is probably one of the oldest products that I have in this. And so I really wanted to get it done. And part of me is excited and part of me is a little bit disappointed because I feel like I didn't really use it. So this is where I am now. I'm right at the end. I doubt it would sharpen anymore. And to be honest, it's really dry. So I may not actually even be able to continue to use this much longer, even though it's got some product left. But what happened was I needed to sharpen it. And I put it in. And anytime I sharpened it, it just kept breaking off. I had to keep sharpening it till it was down here. So if you saw last month's video, there was a decent amount of product left in it, but it kept breaking. Every time I would sharpen it, it would break off in the sharpener. So I am now here. So I mean, I guess that's good. It's obviously too old to really use well. It's very dry because all I have right now is the Benefit Shadow and then this, but it's so dry it's almost gray, not black. So yeah, so this should be finished. I may not actually be able to use it much longer because I don't think it'll sharpen again to kind of get some of the dry product off, and it is starting to be really, really dry. So that is it for the products that I'm currently working on. I'll now add in the products for this month, and it is getting really hard to find products, especially if I'm picking a kind of theme to go with it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to continue with the themes necessarily for the next couple months. I do have one this time, and it's basically just a generic everyday products theme. Not necessarily basics like foundation, powder, stuff like that, but products or types of products that I do use on a daily basis. So some of them may not be things that you would necessarily use daily, but they're things that I do use daily. I did pick some products this month that I normally don't put in projects. I did have one in my Finish 5 by Fall. I think that was what it was in. And I'm going to continue that in this one, but I normally don't add these products in because what's considered finished for them is so broad, I guess. Well, let me go ahead and get into them. And the product that I'm talking about is the Urban Decay Perversion Mascara. And the reason I don't necessarily like to put mascara in these projects is because there are a lot of ways that mascaras can be done. They could just have reached their expiry date. Even if there's still product in there, you wouldn't want to continue using them after like 6 months or so. So I know some people are like 3 months. Some people hold on to them a little bit longer. I do hold on to them a little bit longer than 3 months, but I really would not hold on to them longer than like 5 or 6, depending on how old the mascara is and how it smells. You know, and that's another thing. It could just have gone bad. Mascara goes bad quickly. So even if you've only had it 2 months, it might have been an old tube, it might have gone bad. And then it can just dry out, but there's still product in there. So there's so many ways for mascara to be done, which is why I don't normally include that. But by the time this is over, this mascara will definitely have reached its expiration. So I want to use it till then. It's not my favorite mascara. I really like the way it looks, but I don't like how wet it is. And if I just left it to myself, I probably just would never use this in favor of one that's not so wet and not so fussy. So I want to put it in here just to get the use out of it before it needs to go. My next one is also another mascara style product, and this is the Etude House Color My Brows. This one, I'm not as concerned about how long I've had it because it doesn't go directly on my eyeballs. It just goes in my eyebrows. But by the end of this year, it will need to go as well. I've been using it for quite some time. So I just want to use it for the remainder, either finish it out, have it dry out, or toss it at the end of the year. I do like this, but I feel like I could get the same thing. I think NYX has one, maybe Essence has one. So I feel like I wouldn't need to buy again from Etude House. And this is the product that nobody probably uses daily but me, but it is a daily product for me. If you've seen any of my Get Ready With Me's, you know that I do use this pretty much every time, and that is the Chella Ivory Lace Highlighter. I use it actually under my eyes always. Like today I have it on just kind of brighten up this under eye part. When I use eyeliner on my bottom lash line or eyeshadow on my bottom lash line, I kind of use this as a base. And I also put it in my inner corner sometimes, so I do use it daily. I've only got that much left, but these pencils actually take a while, so I'm hoping I'll be able to finish it. Just because it's an old product, I would definitely buy it again once I'm done with this, but I do want to finish out this one just because I've had it a little while. Then I do have another powder in here because I'm pretty sure I'm going to finish that other one fairly quickly. And that is the e.l.f. Tone Correcting Powder. I have already hit pan on this. I am right there. And I do really like this powder. It does go fairly quickly though, especially once I hit pan. Weirdly, I always go all the way around, but somehow one side always ends up wearing down first. This time it is this green and yellow side. Sometimes it's the other side, but I do want to finish this. I've had it sitting there with pan basically the whole year as I've been working on these other ones, so I do want to get that out. And the next product is a type of product that I use daily, though I've never actually used this particular product before. It's a lip balm, of course, because I am really trying to work through lip products. Even though I have so many, I try to spread it out, and I feel like I can actually possibly finish this one. And that is the Baby Lips Dr. Rescue in Coral Crave. And I have never worn this before. It's like that. So it's completely brand new. It's a very pretty color, but I actually have to be really careful with corals. If it's more pinky, I feel like it looks pretty good, but if it's more orangey, I feel like it looks bad. This one seems like it might be more pinky than orangey. But I've not tried the Dr. Rescue from Baby Lips, but I do not really like the Baby Lips original formula. So I feel like this is, if nothing else, can be something I can wear at home. It is the Dr. Rescue, so it's supposed to be medicated, so hopefully it will help keep my lips not chapped. And, you know, maybe I can wear it out of the house. Maybe it'll be something that I can only use at home. But I'm hoping that I can finish this up fairly quickly. So that is everything for my Project Pan update. I hope this was not too long. I normally have to actually cut out quite a bit of talking just to keep it not a million years long. So hopefully this is okay. I feel like I haven't filmed a video in forever, and you kind of lose it. You know, it's hard to continue to talk for a while if you're not used to it, even if you haven't done it in only like a month. So hopefully this was okay. Not too long, not too stuttery. But that is everything for this Project Pan update. It's getting close to the end, so I'm hoping to finish out some of these long products relatively shortly. Because I feel like when I look at the pile of products that I have that are empty, it's not that many compared to how many I have. But yeah, that's everything. If you hadn't checked out my previous video, it will be linked to the side, and my Project Pan playlist is also linked to the side if you haven't watched any of these other videos, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.